That's the power of literature. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia, and today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I want to read this summer. So summer is historically the time that I get the most reading done because I'm off school. This time I'm off school forever because I graduated. So I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done. There are a lot of like summery, fun, like romance books that I want to read. There's also summerween coming up, which I'm definitely going to be participating in. And just some books that are maybe longer than I've been putting off that I would love to get to this summer. So I have a whole little list. Obviously I will read more than this because usually I put like 10 books on this list, and let's be honest, I read like way too many books. So if you want to stay updated with what I'm reading as I'm reading it, you can follow me on Goodreads, which is always down below, and you can subscribe because I post reading blogs and I usually tell you what I'm reading in those. Also, oh, if you see like a bump in my bed, that's my cat. She's just cozy. She's fine. She's just under the covers. The first book that I want to read is Chain of Thorns. Yes. So I put Chain of Gold on my spring TBR and I read that, and then I read Chain of Iron, and now it's time for this. If you see, my bookmark is in here. I have started it. So I'm definitely going to be finishing it this month. Hello, this is a summer TBR, not a monthly TBR. I'm definitely going to be finishing it soon. If you didn't know, this is following basically the children of the people in the Infernal Devices series. This like does not have good ratings. People don't like this book, and I'm curious as to like why. So far I'm not loving it, I'm not hating it. There's something about reading Cassandra Clare books, and like especially these characters, that I just adore. They are so silly and so goofy, so they are doing things that I'm not really excited about, and I'm like, you're making the wrong decision, but I can't help you through the pages of this book. So that's always annoying, but that's okay because that's what happens in YA when we're dealing with teenage characters. And I really don't like that Grace is on the cover of this book. You know, I genuinely thought that Cordelia was on the cover of both the first two books. I was incorrect. However, it was Cordelia and Lucy, who are both slaves, but Grace is on the cover of this book, which leads me to believe that Grace is gonna have, this is no spoilers, but it leads me to believe that Grace is gonna have some bigger part in this story, and I just wouldn't like that. No, not a fan of that. So yeah, it's just more lowly rated than the other books in the series, so I don't know why. I've heard it's underwhelming, but we shall see. It's like 700, 800 pages, so I have a while to get through this book, but I'm very excited because then I will be caught up on all the Shadowhunter books, which is always an exciting feeling because they're always coming out. But I think the next series is gonna be the one after the Dark Artifices, which I'm lacking the brain power to tell you what the title of that series is. The Wicked Powers? I don't know. Okay, then I would like to read Everything I Know About Love. This is a book that I feel the bookstagram, the book talk girlies really love. And if I am anything, it is a follower, and I want to be reading what the girlies are reading. What made me actually buy this book, it's coming in the mail. I was gonna film this after it came in the mail, but I think it's lost. I don't know where it is. It says it was supposed to arrive 2 days ago. Where is it? I don't know. What got me to pick up this book is I was listening to a podcast, and the person in this podcast was like, I just read this book, and it's like the perfect embodiment of like everything you need to tell your 20-year-old self. And like they were like, I wish I read it when in my 20s. And I was like, I'm in my 20s? Yeah, that's me. And I'm loving books about not knowing what the fuck you're doing in your 20s and giving yourself grace and just like finding yourself and like coming of age in your 20s. I'm loving that sort of literature right now. This I know is like a nonfiction, but in general, that's like things that I've been loving reading about lately. So I was like, I'll pick it up, and I'm really excited about it. I think it might heal my soul a little bit. And if it doesn't, I'll sell it on Pango. Then I have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. You bet your ass I'm gonna read this book. I have given every Carly Fortune book 5 stars now. Were they deserving of those 5 stars? You tell me. You tell me. Because I don't know what Carly Fortune puts in these books, but it's something that really just like, it really gets me. I love her books. And this one I am almost doubly excited for because it is set in a little place called Prince Edward Island. Now, if you know anything about me, you will know that I love Anne of Green Gables. And where's Anne of Green Gables set but Prince Edward Island, PEI, if you will. And it's a love story set in PEI. Like, what more do you want from me? I don't know what this is about other than that. I know it's Blurred by Jennifer Niven, one of my favorite authors. Hello, that's insane, but I just don't think she'll disappoint. Like, think these are just such good books for like people my age. like I feel like these stakes are not super high. The characters are a little bit insufferable. They're a little bit annoying, and you're just like, feel seen, and it's a little bit unrealistic, and I just really like that. So I'm really excited about this book. It has summer in the title, so it had to go on the summer TBR. I was putting off reading it because I just read that other book with summer in the title by Abby Jimenez, and I was like, too many summer books, can't do it. So really excited to read this summer, maybe on the beach, maybe a little beach moment. I don't know if I can wait until I go to the beach to read this book, but we'll see. As I said, I've been doing some book shopping. Did I say that? I've been doing some book shopping. I keep buying books and I'm like, I'm gonna film a book haul. That's why I'm gonna buy these books. But I just read them and then I'm like, you already seen them in like a TBR and a vlog. Do you wanna see them on a book haul? Like, I don't know. I bought one day on Pango. I buy all my books on Pango, fun fact, unless I'm in store. I bought this because if you didn't know, I'm sure you know. Who am I kidding? You know, you know. One Day came out on Netflix like probably months ago at this point. I'm really behind. Here's the problem. Netflix, dear Netflix, let me tell you, please take back your one household, whatever. Take it back. You can do it, like no shame in the game. You can take it back and we will all be so much happier, because I have not been able to watch Netflix as I'm someone that lives away from my home, right? So I haven't watched One Day. And I was like, the longer it's been, I've been like, oh, no, when am I gonna watch it, you know? And I've heard it like compared in some ways to like a Normal People style of heartbreak show. And I'm like, when do I have the emotional bandwidth to deal with that? And the longer I've been putting it off, the more I was like, I'll just read the book, you know? I love a book to movie, book to series adaptation. I love reading a book and then immediately watching the adaptation. That's like one of my favorite things in life, one of the biggest joys I get. So I was like, why not do this with One Day? So I know this came out a while ago, which is why I'm a little bit concerned, just because I don't trust books that came out more than 20 years ago. I just don't trust them. Did it come out 20 years ago? If it's like 2006, I feel like that's too long. 2009, see, that feels too long. That feels too long ago. I don't trust books that came out more than 10 years ago. Actually, let me amend that. I don't trust them. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about this one, but we'll see. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. I'll read it. The plot, here's me pitching you the plot. It's about two people that meet one day every year. Why, you ask? I don't fucking know. Then there's another book I would really like to finish. I started this in one of my vlogs recently. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. 50% through this bad boy. And I have not finished it because I lost my loan of the audiobook. And now if you know anything about me, you know that I actually am illiterate and I can't read without an audiobook. So I stopped reading this book at the 50% mark and things were getting a little crazy now, weren't they? So I am waiting until I get the loan back. Actually, it was on Spotify. Dog, I don't know why Spotify does audiobooks the way it does. It's really crazy. How did they get away with that? I don't know. But I had a dream the other day that Rachel Price was a real person. And I just want to tell you that that's the power of literature. I want to finish this book. I don't know what to say. Then I would like to read Britt Marie Was Here. I don't know if I put this on a TBR. I have no recollection. It's green, so it's giving me spring. So I'm like, did I put it on my spring TBR? I have no idea. And I'm not gonna go watch the video. This is the only Frederick Bachman book that I haven't read yet. I like don't believe myself as the words are coming out of my mouth. Like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know. But like, I bought it semi-recently because it was at a local used bookstore and I want to read it. Do I know anything about it? No. I'm sure it's like quirky and it's about like an unlikable protagonist, as most of his books are. It's Frederick Bachman. So like, I haven't been in the mood to read a Frederick Bachman because Frederick Bachman to me is very gloom, but he always is so hopeful about things. But like, I have to start in a gloomy place and I'm just like, I'm trying to be light, I'm trying to be happy, I'm trying to be fun, I'm trying to be flirty, I'm trying to be 30. And that's just not the place I've been in. But I think that this could be a really fun experience and I do love Frederick Bachman. Now, let's talk about some books that are coming out this summer. Now, this is the summer of love. In my life, no. In the book world, absolutely. Publishing loves publishing summer romances. That is one thing publishing loves. So there's a few coming out. A lot of them already came out because it's like pre-summer push. But some that I know off the top of my head are A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This one is about, it's kind of giving Ruby Sparks. Now I haven't seen that movie, but I think it's giving that. It's about a book character that comes to life where we go inside a book, something to that nature, which is always fun. I feel like Ashley Poston has these really fun, quirky, little setups to her romance books. And she's just come such a long way since Geekerella. I'm really excited to read it. I really liked the 7-Year Slip, and I really liked the Dead Romantics, so I think it will be a good time. Another book that's coming out this summer, I'm conflicted about. Here's why I'm conflicted. I got an arc of The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord because I'm auto-approved for Emma Lord arcs because Emma Lord is my favorite author, point blank period. I got the arc and then I deleted the email because I just get a little swipe happy when I'm on my email and I'm just deleting emails and I accidentally deleted the email with the arc. And so I don't have it. So I'm gonna have to like buy the book on release day like a normal person, and I'm just like not a normal person. I don't think that like I deserve that. But anyway, I'm gonna read The Breakup Pact. Do I know what it's about? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I care? It's Emma Lord. Okay, I love Emma Lord. She can do no wrong in my eyes. This is her first adult romance and I just like want to be there supporting her, and I will be, and I will be. I know it's summery. I think it's enemies to lovers or rivals. I know her next book is called The Rivals, so I'm sure that's rivals to lovers, but this one I'm just not sure. But I remember when she was working on it and I was so excited, and I'm just so darn excited. Like I love Emma Lord. I'm sorry, I had an interruption. The pest people came to inspect and all is well. Anywho, let's move on to my summerween TBR. So I picked out 4 books that are horror or horror adjacent that I would like to read for summerween. The thing about me and readathons is I really don't care about completing a prompt, but I'm there for the good times. I'm just there to be like, I'm participating in summerween, hee hee hee. I'm reading books that are thematically appropriate, but I'm not doing all the challenges. So let me tell you about some books that I think I'm gonna read. First, I would really like to read The September House. Now, I have read this a silly goofy time in a horror book, and I think I could like that in a horror book. I'm thinking this is like The Writing Retreat. This is like, let me name another silly goofy book. Maybe My Best Friend's Exorcism. Like kind of like tongue-in-cheek horror vibes. This is about a house that not every month, it's not a period, 1 month every year, I believe, there's just like blood pouring from the walls. And we're like, what's that about? But our girlies in the house are like, we're used to it, like whatever, like weird stuff going on in the house, like couldn't bother me. And I think her husband's gone, something happened to him, and now her daughter's coming to visit and she's like, ah shit, the walls are bleeding, gotta hide this. And some kooky things happen. So I'm really excited about this. I didn't get the best reviews. I know I was like kind of waiting for reviews to come in to see if I wanted to read it, but I just haven't been in a big like horror-y mood recently. I'm hoping summerween will amend that, but it seems like a fun time and I think I will like it. Even though it's not September when I'm gonna read it, it's always September in my heart because that's my birthday month. So, and then I would also like to read A House with Good Bones. I was thinking about reading the sequel to what is it called? If I could come up with a title. I was thinking of reading a different Tegan Fisher book, but then I remembered that this book existed and it's short, and I'm so happy that Tegan Fisher exists so that I can read short horror, because short horror is like literally the only thing I'm ever looking for in a horror book. I just want it to be short. So I'm really excited about this. It's about like haunted house vibes, trying to sell an old house, creaky, kooky things happening, and that sounds really fun. I, again, haven't heard the best reviews about it, but I don't read horror that often. I don't know if I'm like easy to impress in that genre, but for now I'm gonna say that I am. The clouds have come out, so we're just gonna deal with it. I wanted a different type of horror to read for this, like instead of a kooky crazy one. I want to read My Heart is a Chainsaw. Now this is the first book in a series by Stephen Graham Jones, and I haven't read a Stephen Graham Jones book before, but I do think I could enjoy his work. I don't know why. I've had him on my radar for a while. I think Kayla from Books and Lala talks about him a lot, and I'm always talking about Kayla from Books and Lala because that's where I get most of my book recommendations. I've heard it has some influence in the slasher genre. I'm not a big horror movie watcher, but I do love and appreciate that. I don't watch them very often, but I do love to watch them with a friend. They're some of my favorite. If you ever want like a group movie, I love a horror movie for a group movie. But by myself, I'm like it's not fun. And then the last book that I want to read is The House of Hallow, or House of Hollow. Maybe it's just called House of Hollow. This is like a twisted fairy tale type of story with some horror elements. Someone in one of my classes made like a mood board, like an aesthetic, like pictures, Pinterest pictures of this book, and I was like, okay, so say less. So I've kind of had it on my radar since then, so thank you to that person for making that project. I love publishing classes, so that kind of just made me want to read that book, and I really don't know anything about it. I don't know if I generally like fairy tale stories. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to read it. I'll give it a college try. Now that I'm out of college, I can say for sure that I'm gonna give it the college try. And that's my summerween TBR, and that's my TBR for the summer. Let me know what you're thinking of reading this summer, or if you've read any of these books, and want to let me know your thoughts of them down below. As always, you can leave any video requests or any comments you really want to leave in general down below. I'm always reading them. Yeah, with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!